with the educated opinion on topics of all varieties. This your boy Bubba, and you already know what I'm about to say, right? You are listening to Bubba's Banter. Y'all, what's good, y'all? It's your motherfucking boy. I ain't gotta say no names, right? But I am anyway. It's your boy Bubba, and you are watching Bubba's Banter. I hope you guys are living well, feeling well. I'm doing good. I'm doing better. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button before we even get into this motherfucking show, baby. Also, give me a thumbs up because y'all know that helps me out, gets me out the algorithm, and it's free. So please make sure you do it. Follow me on my social media pages, which is The Real Doc Dre, Bubba's Banter Podcast, and my Facebook page, which is Bubba's Banter, okay? I know y'all like to hear this sexy ass voice, right? Make sure you click the link in the bio. You'll see exactly where I'm streaming at. But if you are using Spotify, because beggars cannot be choosy, right? Bubba's Banter Podcast is hosted by Spotify for Creators. So please make sure you listen to me on there, all right? All right, y'all. So today, I just want to know, have any of y'all seen the new Club Shay Shay podcast interview with Damon Wayans? I was about to call him Damian Wayans. I've been saying that shit forever because you know the Wayans family been in most of our lives since the 90s. At least for me, as a black man, the Wayans been in my life through entertainment since I was a kid. Like from living in from living in Living Color to Blankman to I'm Gonna Get You a Sucker. I done seen every fucking movie that had a Wayne in it. My favorite Wayne is Kim Wayans. She is fucking hilarious. I don't know what it is about her, but she's just fucking hilarious. And I love Marlon too the most. Those are my two favorite Wayans. But I love all of them equally. So I'll just say that. But anyways, this interview was really fucking good. It wasn't controversial. It wasn't some crazy shit. It was like he was speaking on life and like just talking about shit. And I want to reflect on something that stood out to me the most in this interview. So Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shay Shay, asked Damon a question. He said, "Why do black men get so much criticism for wearing dresses in movies when white men do it and get Academy Awards for doing the same thing?" And man, let's play this clip to see what his answer was.
Because blacks is gay. No, I don't know why. I just think, you can make anything an issue. For me, it's like, is it funny? Right? To me, Tyler Perry in a dress all day, every day, I'm there.
Right.
Hello. That's funny. Yeah. I don't care. It's funny. So, if you do it and it's not funny, then I got a problem with you.
Right.
Because you went through hair and makeup and you
yeah, for that long period of time.
Yeah, and it wasn't funny.
Right.
White chicks, hilarious.
Yes.
Big Mama House, hilarious. I personally don't have a problem
right.
with it. I don't know. I think we say it because we're crabs in the barrel sometimes, and we try to pull people down. But, like you said, Dustin Hoffman won an Academy Award.
Robin Williams
won an Academy Award. It's like I don't have a problem with it.
So today, I want to dig into the root of that mindset. Not to debate, not to drag, but to unpack what these conversations are really saying about how we define manhood and who gets to express them freely. Now, this fear didn't just come out of nowhere. Historically, black men have been mocked, emasculated, turned into caricatures in the name of entertainment. From minstrel shows where white actors were, acting in blackface, wearing dresses to make fun of us, to Hollywood films where putting a black man in a wig and a dress became like the go-to comedy, like it became that go-to comedy formula. And to be honest, that's where the trauma comes from, So I understand why some folks feel triggered. I understand, like, it's like we're watching this shit happen in a loop. I mean, we got Tyler Perry, we got Martin, we got Eddie Murphy, and let's not forget, Jamie Foxx when he did Wanda. Like all these talented legends, but in a wig and always in a dress, right? Not always, but in a dress sometimes. And for older generations, especially, it starts to look like that's the only way Hollywood will fully embrace a black man. But here's the thing: we gotta ask: is that is the problem the dress, or is it the systems behind who gets to get funding and get visibility? Right. So a lot of this comes down to performance, and I'm not talking about comedy. I'm talking about the performance of masculinity itself. From an early age, black boys have always been taught to not be soft, to always be hard, to be tough, to be rugged. Don't cry, don't be soft, do not show weakness. For real. And so when a man, wears a dress, it's not just about the outfit. It's about what it represents. A break from the script. That's really what it represents. And I get it. There's a lot of pressure, especially on black men, to perform a certain type of masculinity. And that is, in my eyes, is to not be too much of anything. Anything. And the wild part is, the moment we attach that much fear to fabric, we are not protecting masculinity. We are limiting it. We really are. Masculinity should have room. It should have room to laugh. It should have room to feel. It should have room to dress. It should have room to be complex. It really should. Now, what Damien was saying about if you're gonna wear the dress or you're gonna go through that whole process, make it funny. Because I got a problem if it's not. You know, I agree with him, especially from a creative standard, because it's like, if I sit up here and spend all this motherfucking money to go see this movie and it's not funny, I'm gonna low-key be pissed. But on the flip side of things, I still see how it shows you know, it shows how we limit or measure expression. It's almost like, okay, you can do something different, but only if you do it enough for people to accept it. Okay? And that pressure to perform, to always be entertaining, to always be productive, it follows us and even follows us in our self-expression. And I hate it so fucking much. And I'm not new to this convo. As a gay black man, I've lived it. I've had family tell me what a man should or shouldn't do. I've been called too much. I've been called, you know, all types of sassy and zesty and all these types of things. I've been, as a black gay man, I've been criticized about the way I just maneuver through life sometimes and how I carry myself. And even sometimes the way I dress by friends and family, strangers on the internet. And I know sometimes with my friends and family, it's disguised in a joke because, jokes are half truth. But listen, I'm still black. I'm still a man. I'm still worthy. I'm still here. What did Tisha Campbell say? I'm, I'm, I'm still here, here, here. But nah, real shit. Real shit. And I think sometimes we confuse discomfort with danger. Just because someone expresses themselves differently than you does not mean they're tearing down the whole structure of what masculinity is. They're just not, y'all. So get the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm so tired of hearing that. I'm so tired of hearing that shit, because I personally feel like black men still are being told how they need to show up, and black men are always under the pressure of feeling like they need to justify how they fucking stand up and how they show themselves in this world, and I'm so tired of it. And I feel like sometimes it really does affect our creativity. It really does. And because I've experienced it. Because sometimes I will wear something, I'm like, is that a little too feminine? Or sometimes I'll talk, is that a little too femme? Is that a little too much? Am I being a little sassy? Am I being like, I know I go into certain rooms and I butch up because I'm like, I can't just like let down. I gotta put on like that masculinity card because motherfuckers Motherfucker, I feel like motherfuckers is gonna try me. So there's always like this code switching and like kind of like a coping mechanisms that that you do. You know, um, I don't know, man. I just think it's crazy how we the stuff that we put ourselves through. I don't understand it. I really do not understand it. But I do want to mention too, because I just said it, but I said it so differently. So I want to tie it back into what I was saying, because when he basically said, if you're gonna do all that, you better be funny, right? And I agree with that. And that's fucking fair if you're talking to comedy. But outside of that, it's just a reminder that black men are still expected to justify how they fucking show up in this world. And again, even our creativity suffers from it, because it's as if we have to prove its value. And that's where we fucking stretch ourselves, because I found myself stretching myself so fucking thin to fit in so many different spaces as a black gay man. Like I'm so tired of it. Like, can we just be free from these thoughts? Can we unpack them and realize how those thoughts really fuck us up from being our best versions of ourselves? And I'm learning that. So, hey, growth. So yeah, this video isn't about dragging Damon Wayans. It's about looking at the mindset and some of the comments that he made, and made me reflect on, masculinity, blackness, being a man, and saying what it, culture, how it affects our culture. We got to stop making expression conditional, because I feel like that's what we do. Masculinity is not a one size fit all type of thing. We need to stop trying to force each other into like boxes. We need to be proud about who we are, because when you don't, you miss out on who you are, who you really are, I should say. So yeah, this video was not made to drag Damon Wayans. It was more of a reflection for me, because the interview was really fucking good. The whole interview was really good, but those comments really, I resonated with them, and it really made me reflect on the culture and how we don't allow people to show up. I really personally feel like we need to stop making expression conditional. We have to stop doing that to people. Masculinity is not a one size fit all type of thing. Like, we try so hard to force each other into fucking different boxes. And the more we do that, the more we miss out on who we really are. We need to stop it. I'm not saying that everyone has to agree on, what masculinity looks like. I'm saying we should stop policing it like there's only one right way to be a man. So let's open this up. What do you think about this? You know, this this comment that Damon made. Do you think he was making a fair point? Do you think we're being too sensitive? Are we asking enough from the culture? Like tell me down in the comments. Leave a comment. Let's talk. If this video gave you something to think about, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, please, and subscribe. I'm gonna keep having these conversations with you guys. I like the honest, open, respectful, and rooted in growth type of conversation. So I want to get back into that. I was like, man, I've been doing hot topics for a while. I need to get back to who I really am. So there's that. I will be posting a podcast episode next Thursday. So I hope you guys be on the lookout for that. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.